Hi everyone, so this video is going to be an inventory check-in with my Phals. So the first ones I'm going to go over are my Paraphalaenopsis laycockii. So we can go over these ones first. So compared to last year, they've grown quite a bit. Previously I had them in individual cups, and then at some point I put them all in one container. And you can see this one particularly is very large. She might need to take this one out soon and put it in its own pot. But overall the growth on these has been pretty good. I have one runt there. As for the one on the kulog, it's also been growing pretty steadily. In my new location, it's actually pretty warm, so this guy's empty right now, so I need to refill it. But overall these ones are doing well. So the next item on the list is Phal javanica. So most of last year and the first half of this year I had grown it in a plastic bag, but I haven't done that since I've moved into my new place. I keep it in that location behind the plastic, and the reason I do that is that's where I keep my high humidity plants. The flap is there to help keep the humidity in, but it's not airtight. You can see at the top, it's not sealed in at the top, so that's the way I have it right now. And I haven't seen any new buds or flowers on this since then. This is my Phal cornu-cervi chattaladae, and it's been doing pretty well for me. Just over this past weekend, I've repotted it into a slightly bigger pot. The pot's a little squat for it because it's grown quite high out of the old pot, but I think that's okay. It's survived for this long. I don't think this will be a problem. Overall, this one is a good plant. Hasn't really caused me any problems with the blooms or anything like that, so definitely still keeping this one. This one is Paraphalaenopsis labukensis crossed with Seidenfedenia mitrata. Overall, it's done very well for me. It had started a new growth last year or earlier this year, but that has since died, but I think it's fine. It still has the secondary growth on the side, no signs of blooms yet. This plant is very good at blooming for me, and I really like the flowers, so I'm definitely going to keep this one as well. And this one is Paraphalaenopsis difformis, also known as Ornithochilus difformis. Recently rebloomed for me. I really like the flowers. I think it has a really interesting shape, so I definitely would recommend it if you're looking for something a little different. It's not too fussy and easy to care for, so I definitely recommend this one. Right now it's pushing out that new leaf. You can see that it had a smaller leaf, but the next one grew a bit larger, so I'm hoping this one will be larger still. So this is my Phal NOID, or my birthday Phal. It's doing pretty well in vase culture. I was able to rebloom it, I think it was last year or earlier this year. So yeah, not too much to say about this one. This is my Phal Yungho Gelb Canary. It's doing well. My only gripe, I guess you could say, is this is the newest leaf, but it's not as big as this one, which is the previous leaf. And it also lost this spike, but that's fine. It's a little bit weird because this is from Kingfisher's orchids, and I guess it was growing like this, so the spike grows this way, but because I have it hanging, the orientation of the spike is a bit weird. It kind of goes behind, but I'm hoping if and when a new spike comes out that it'll grow in a direction where it doesn't look so weird. This is my Phal amboinensis, and one issue I have is that it seems to be pushing out spikes, but I don't get any flowers on it. I think right now I have three spikes and then one new spike just starting right there. So soon to have 4 spikes. I'm really hoping I can get actual flowers out of this year. So this is my Phal subparishii. It did produce a spike for me, but the spike aborted, so that was pretty disappointing. But on the plus side, this leaf grew very well since I've moved here, so it seems to like the hot weather, which is good, and it's pushing out this new leaf here. So with this much growth, I'm hoping I can actually get a spike with flowers next time. So last but not least is my Phal fimbriata. It's done okay for me. This spike decided to die. I think it got chewed on, so it couldn't survive. This spike produced a flower for me, which has since died. That's okay. But other than that, I haven't seen too much blooming on this plant, It's a little disappointing, but that's okay. If you look closely, there's a new leaf growing, so that's a good sign. Alrighty, so that's my update on my Phals. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update video. Bye!